Well, in wake of last night's winter weather, cleanup is top of mind this morning, and that includes many property damage that may have occurred during the storm. And for more on this story and how residents can protect their homes in the winter, we are joined live by Peter Keefe, the Director of Operations for the Atlantic region of First Onsite Property Restoration. Thank you for joining us this morning. And so I wanted to ask you, Peter, what are some things that everyday homeowners should know about when it comes to the winter season and trying to their best to prepare themselves?
Yeah, Kayla, these weather systems that are coming in now, and we're seeing them ever more frequently where we have intense, maybe what we describe as weather bombs, also with mixed weather, rain, snow, freezing, can cause havoc on any property. I would suggest that for most homeowners, they be aware of these weather systems and try to make sure that they protect their properties as best as possible. Where you get sometimes heavy snow, you can get rain, like I said, and freezing in a combination. This can cause things such as ice damming on your property, like on your roof, which cause leaks inside. It can cause freezing pipes, slippery conditions on the outside. Wind can still, in the wintertime, even though we have frozen ground on the outside, can cause objects to blow around and damage a property. I think everybody has to take a look around at the properties from an exterior perspective and make sure that everything's protected,
Right.
and that we've mitigated as much as possible. From an interior perspective, most people know their homes, but if you don't, be aware of pipes that may be susceptible to freezing. Proper insulation is critical. Also, make sure that your heating system is up and running properly. If it's a fuel-based system, make sure that all of that is in order, so we don't get stuck in situations where there's problems in the middle of a storm.
Yeah, certainly. That's great advice. And in fact, a survey was done by First Onsite, and it suggested that 7 in 10 Ontario residents are pretty concerned when it comes to home and property damage, especially when it comes to winter storms. So could you elaborate more on some of those worries that residents have when it comes to this season?
Yeah. So a lot of homeowners, and again, over the last few years, we've seen so many of these storms. A big part of the problem is that they come in waves, and we end up with a lot of widespread damage, which makes it very difficult to go and remediate these in a timely fashion. So homeowners do feel the pressure of the often limited resources in the construction industry. The ability to respond in the middle of an event is really a heavy worry on most people's minds. So that preparation is really critical, that we do whatever we can to mitigate those incidences.
So what would you say, Peter, are some of your best tips when it comes to emergency preparedness in the winter for residents and property owners out there in order to best safeguard their homes and properties?
Yeah, so first and foremost, I would say from the outside, make sure our gutters are clear. The buildup of ice and snow in gutters can result in ice damming, which is an all too common occurrence. And the more we can reduce ice and snow buildup on the roof of a home, we'll be less likely to have ice damming, which causes interior damage to your attic and very much to the interior surfaces of your home. Tree branches, tall trees, which can be affected by ice storms. Best to have a look outside, see what's around your house, what can be maybe trimmed or cut down or pulled back to reduce that kind of damage. That is widespread in some of these storms. Making sure that even just from a safety perspective, that we have clear walking paths, clear driveways and things like that. All too often people just are physically injured because of these things as well. So do our best to do that. Listen, owning a freestanding home these days can be very difficult in these weather conditions. So being on top of it is really important.
Peter Keefe with First Onsite, we appreciate your time and those tips as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.